Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I volunteer just because I love sport.
It's inclusive for everybody. There's things for children, there's things for wheelchair users.
The aquatic centre's only just reopened, so I wanted to be sort of involved in part of that journey.
The volunteers, they're just so inspirational, and to be more like them, it makes me a better person, a happier person.
It's a good thing to do. It's fun to meet new people and get involved in an international sporting event.
They're purely for the athletes' benefit and also to see how the real world works.
I volunteer because I'm doing sport management at Manchester Metropolitan University.
I volunteer at a lot of things because it makes me meet new people.
But every time I come, I have a great time, and I'd encourage anyone to give it a go.
And it's just an amazing experience to do, really.
Feeling that cost of living crunch? Labara are here to help.
All I want is great customer service and network, but for less.
That's why Labara gives you 15 gigabytes of 5G data and unlimited UK minutes and text for just £10 a month. Plus, no contract, change or cancel anytime.
An excellent customer service.
So, what's stopping you joining the bill-busting revolution? Labara. More for less.
Welcome everyone back to Aberdeen Sports Village. We're here for the second day of the Citi Paraswimming World Series meet, incorporating the British Swimming International Winter Meet 2024. Well, welcome to everyone in the venue and also to everyone who is joining us on the live stream back home. We saw a great day of action yesterday. Teresa Perales from Spain setting those couple of world records, one in the morning's heats and bettering it again in the finals. Saw some big points totals yesterday, some British records as well, and definitely some records in prospect today. It's backstroke and breaststroke day today, and here's the events that we will be looking forward to. 100 backstroke for women opens us up, and then we're on to the open and men's 100 backstroke following that. Down the distance, half distance for breaststroke to start with, 50 breaststroke for the women, then the open men's 50 breaststroke. And then we reverse it all. It's the 100 breaststroke for women, followed by the men's 100 breaststroke and the women's 50 backstroke and open men's 50 backstroke to finish. So lots to look forward to. It's going to be another exciting morning of heats. Everyone trying to make it to one of those finals tonight. Last night we saw A, B, youth finals for the World Para Series and also national finals. So lots to aim for the swimmers in the heats this morning. Will be underway round about a minute's time. And we would like to acknowledge and thank the officials on deck and everyone working behind the scenes for ensuring this event is of a World Series standard. Thank you very much, officials, for joining us, and hope that you have a good session this morning. The first event of the morning is the women's 100 metres backstroke. Please welcome in our swimmers. So 6 heats of this 100 backstroke. And this is heat number 1. Kick us off this morning. Amisaku van der Linden from Namibia in 0. Closest to us. Alison Gobel in line number 1 from Canada. Lucy Scott from Richmondale in 2. Miriam Binney from Swim IT in 3. Amy Mackay from Best in 4. Josie Johnson from Richmondale in 5. Ava Gard from Satellite in 6. And then Fontequera Cerveza from Spain in line number 7. Tilly Kearney goes in line number 8 for Great Britain. And Johanna Oland Frodrika from Denmark goes out there in line number 9. Some of the swimmers in this first heat don't have entry times, and some of them do. And the swimmer from Denmark in the outside lane is one without an entry time, 15 years of age in the S9 class. Of course, as always, the times registered for the swimmers compared against the world record mark for their own classification, and that will generate a points total, how close they get. And Danish swimmer, what a good start that was. Johanna Oland Frogja, 1:16.56 and 723 points to kick us off. Well, 723 points was good enough to make some of the finals yesterday. So we'll see if that's going to be good enough today. Excellent start. Tully Kearney coming in. Tully Kearney, of course, gold and silver medalist in the Tokyo Paralympic Games. Swimming in the S6 class, 415 points for Tully. Amy Mackay from Best. He goes in the centre lane. Again, one of the young swimmers, young teenagers from Great Britain. Followed home by Josie Johnson, 15-year-old from Richmondale. That's 723 points. It's going to be quite tough to beat. Alison Gowell is in 396 points for the Canadian. As these swimmers finishing the distance, I think one swimmer left in the water. Fontcuberta Cervera from Spain, swimming in the S4 class, so the lowest numerical class in this field. Of course, S1 to 10 is for physical impairments, S1 being the most severe. S11 to 13, those with visual impairments, and S14, those with intellectual impairments. Let's give her some encouragement here. She comes in to the final stages in lane number 7. Spanish swimmer, let's see what points total she is going to generate here. The S4 swimmer, 182. So it was the swimmer first to the wall who claimed that top points total. And that is a great points total, I have to say. 723 for heat number 1. Well, it's going to be tough to beat. Frugja from Denmark takes that one, 723. Tully Kearney in second. Alison Gobel from Canada in third. So that, as the swimmers exit the water, And was heat number 1. Just looking at the lanes for the next heat. We are missing one swimmer in one of the centre lanes. But we do have 9 swimmers. Of course, all trying to make that top 8 positions to make it to the A final tonight. B finals and youth finals, of course, and national finals to aim for. Swimmers just about exiting the water. I think we can move on now to next heat, heat number 2. So heat number 2, as I said, empty lane. In lane number 4, we have Rose Webb from Northampton. A good swim yesterday. 13-year-old in the S6 class. Miriam Solomon, another S6 swimmer. Next to her in lane number 1, Genevieve Hunter from Mid Sussex, going well in the early stages in lane number 2. Maisie Catt had an excellent individual medley yesterday. She goes in lane number 3. On the other side of the spare lane, Abigail Wickens and Ida Corcoran, 2 teammates from Flitwick. Iona Winifred from Tonbridge goes in lane number 7. Samantha Lewis from Satellite in 8, and Tabia Tashauer from Germany in lane number 9. So pretty close in terms of position here in the centre of the pool. Might be the 2 Flitwick swimmers in 5 and 6 who just have the edge here. Their entry times on the low 130, so if anyone can dip under that 130 mark, it'll be an excellent swim for them. Looks like Abigail Wickens just coming back now on Ida Corcoran. This is these 2 club caps side by side. This is for the bragging rights in their own club here. Abigail Wickens in 5, maybe has a stronger finish. Ida Corcoran in 6. Looks like Abigail Wickens is going to get this one. Great contest here for the 2 Flitwick swimmers, both in the 130 range. 390 points for Wickens, 329 for Corcoran. But the 400-point range has been hit by Maisie Catt and Iona Winifred there. 478 for Maisie Catt. And that is not going to be beaten for the Richmond Dale swimmer. Another good swim for Maisie Catt. She had a good swim in the IM. She's had a good swim there in that 100 backstroke. And she's the highest points there. Oh, in fact, Rose Webb. Oh, no, I'll start again. The result not being confirmed. I just saw Rose Webb at the top there, but she is in lane 0. And that 348 points. So as it stands, result not confirmed yet, but Maisie Catt looking good at the moment, just ahead of Iona Winifred. Genevieve Hunter, 350 there, but the result has been confirmed now. Maisie Catt confirmed in first position, just ahead of Iona Winifred, and it was Miriam Solomon in 3rd place. Now we can move on to heat number 3. So heat number 3 underway. No swimmer in lane 0. We have Amy McFarlane in 1. Tia Johnson goes in 2. Scarlett Humphrey was in record-breaking form yesterday. Goes for Great Britain in lane number 3. Rebecca Lewis and Rebecca Hardy-Bishop Two Rebecca's in the middle lanes, 4 and 5. Charlie Morgan, Imrie next to Emma Imrie, the two Imries side by side. Brock Whiston, medalist yesterday in the individual medley, she goes in 8. And Eliza Humphrey, second of the Humphrey sisters, goes up there in lane number 9. Well, Scarlett Humphrey and Eliza Humphrey both in the S11 class. And Scarlett Humphrey had a great day yesterday. 4 times like she broke her own British records. She had 2 events. She broke the records in the morning and again in the evening. I wonder if she's going to have a go at this one. Scarlett Humphrey holds the record for the S11 classification. She's going in the in lane number 3. Just 1 lane down from those yellow marked lanes. 1:23.71 is the British record mark. And we have to watch out for Scarlett Humphrey. Into the wall. In the centre though, Rebecca Hardy-Bishop in 1:22.76, followed by Rebecca Lewis and Scarlett Humphrey, 1:26 this time for her, just ahead of her sister in 1:29. So it looks like the two Humphreys might be at the top. Rebecca Hardy-Bishop maybe splitting the two sisters there. And Brock Whiston as well. Good points total. Rebecca Lewis, a good points total as well. Tia Johnson. But it looks like the two Humphrey sisters and Rebecca Hardy-Bishop are going to top that one. So Scarlett Humphrey continuing her good run of form, 613 points. Of course, the blacked out goggles got to be checked for the S11 swimmers. And only then can we have the official result. But at the moment, it looks like it's going to be Scarlett Humphrey, 613 points. Rebecca Hardy-Bishop, good swim from her in the centre lane. Improvement on the entry time for Rebecca Hardy-Bishop. Entered 1:23, she swam with 1:22. And I think we're okay in terms of the result. So it is the two Humphreys in the top 3 spots, split by Rebecca Hardy-Bishop. 613 points for Scarlett Humphrey, leads the way. So that was heat number 3. And we can go on to heat number 4. Right, number 4. Again, international feel about this one. Mira Jean-Mac from Germany in 0. Imogen Dodds, the GB swimmers in 1. Chung Ho-Yin from Hong Kong in 2. Katie Cosgrave and Aurélie Rivard go in the centre lanes for Canada next to Lisa Kruger from Netherlands. Taylor Winnett from USA was in 6. Chiara Filoni from City of Salford in 7. Evie Lambert, Borough of Kirklees in 8, and Lily Rice, Commonwealth Games medalist from Great Britain, goes in lane number 9. Well, in the centre, this is a seeded heat, so expect some of the more of a spearhead at the front of the field. Some of the faster swimmers now in the centre lane. You'll see that in the 2 heats to follow as well. But Aurélie Rivard, Lisa Kruger, Katie Cosgrave, they are all in the S10 class, and Katie Cosgrave, the 18-year-old, it's giving the two more experienced campaigners a run for their money here. All medalists at the World Championship, finalists in the World Championships just to say last year, and Cosgrave in at a 1:11.29. That's an excellent time in the heats from Katie Cosgrave. Look at that, 819 points for her. Can anyone challenge that points total? 2 outside lanes in the S8 classification. But the points ramping up there. And an excellent swim there from Katie Cosgrave. She'll be delighted with that one. Getting in ahead more experienced S10s alongside her. And it's the 3 S10s that will top the points totals. Cosgrave for 1:11.29. Lisa Kruger in 2nd. and Aurélie Rivard. Kruger and Rivard, both medalists at the Paralympic Games in Tokyo. They're behind the young Canadian in these heats this morning. And that was heat 4. We now move on to heat 5. So again, we have one of the seeded heats here. Range of classifications, as always. Fast S14 swimmers in the centre lanes. Full lineup for this one: Ella Letton-Jones and Sienna Oxbeat, Great Britain in 0 and 1. Ariana Hunsaker, medalist yesterday in the 100 freestyle. She goes in lane number 2. Mariana Ribeiro, World Championship medalist last year from Brazil, goes in 3. Georgia Sheffield in that centre lane for Great Britain. She goes in lane number 4. Just been headed, I think, as they go through the first 50 by Chan of Hong Kong. Beatrice Lareda Maldonado from Spain in 6. Stephanie Booth in 7. Saskia Webb in 8. And the world champion in the S7 class is Danielle Doris of Canada. So watch out for Danielle Doris's points total as they come into the closing stages here. Georgia Sheffield and Chan Yu Lam having a great tussle here in 4 and 5. Very good heat contest, this one. Both around about the 109 entry. They've gone 111 and 112 this morning with 763 points. Larida Maldonado with a big point score. We'll watch out for Danielle Doris as she hits the wall in that far lane. And she's in 782 points. So good enough, I think, for second. And it was the 19-year-old Spanish swimmer in 113.75 who looks like she's going to top the points total. And Beatrice Larida Maldonado from Spain, 809 points. That'll be good enough for a final spot, I think. Danielle Doris in second and Chan Yu Lam in third. So heat number 5 as the swimmers clear the water. One more heat to come. And that is heat number 6. So the final heat of this 100 backstroke, Isabella Haynes, 16-year-old from Swinbournemouth, goes in lane number 0. Megan Willis next to her, both S9s. 17-year-old Megan Willis goes in lane number 1. Amber Haycock had a good day yesterday. Great Britain swimmer, winning one of the youth titles. Megan Neve goes in 3. Poppy Maskell over just about in front. Megan Neve, in fact, getting the touch at that 50-metre mark. Abby Kane in line number 5, Amber van der Kroek in 6, Pernilla Lindberg in 7, Brooklyn Hale in 8, and Susie Pellis completing the lineup for the Netherlands out there in lane number 9. So 4 S9s on the outside lanes of the pool, but in the centre, looks like it's Megan Neve and Poppy Maskell. Poppy Maskell having a good second half here, and that's going to bring her into the lead. World Championship medalist last year. 929 points for Poppy Maskell. Megan Neve, great swim from her as well. 865 points from her. We'll see what the S9s can do in the outside lane in terms of points. First in, I think, was probably Megan Willis in 119.20. 653 points for Megan Willis. Again, one of the youth medalists yesterday. A very good swim at the front of the field. Poppy Maskell looking very strong in the second half of that one. Megan Neve had a good start as well. And she held on for an excellent time. 109.04 for Megan Neve. So she will be delighted with that one. Results still got to be confirmed on this final heat. As we're looking at on the scoreboard here in Aberdeen, Poppy Maskell will take that one. I think everyone okay. Poppy Maskell takes that one ahead of Megan Neve. Big points total for Maskell. And Amber van der Kroek in third position with 741 points. So we've moved on to the next event, which is the 100 backstroke for male open swimmers. We have another 6 heats of this one. Evan Austin goes for the USA in lane 3. Arnold Van den Abel from Belgium goes in lane number 4. Chao Wang from Hong Kong goes in 5. Mark Tomset in 6. And Alexander Elliott in lane number 7, in addition to the published programme for the Canadian. Mark Tomset going well, Great Britain swimmer in the S14 class. And Alexander Elliott also following him. Looking for somewhere around about the low 1 minute mark here for both these swimmers. And Mark Tomset had a good day yesterday, he had a couple of good swims. And he's in 101.80. Excellent swim for him. Elliott reaches for the wall, 105.34 for the Canadian. Canadian flags flying in front of me. And in good close contest here, Evan Austin from the USA is going to win the battle against the 2 S10s. So Austin, again, an experienced campaigner, gold medalist in the Tokyo Paralympic Games. And a good tussle between Van den Abel and Chow. Just separated by 1 point. Look at that. Chow in 322 points. And Van der Beel at 321. 9/100 separating them. But Tomset first to the wall. 779 points. Excellent score again for the GB swimmer. With Elliott in second on 670. So as these swimmers exit the water, that's the end of heat number 1. We go now to heat number 2. So away for this second of the 6 heats. Luke Manabdi from City of Coventry goes in 0. George Longley in lane number 1. Theo Reynolds from Barnstable goes in lane number 2. These three have had some good tussles yesterday and at previous competitions, both all in the same class. Jorge Juan Paulo Galdo goes in lane number 3, and leading them through in lane number 4 is Michael West from Kintyre. Bruce D in lane number 5. Had a good day yesterday. Mackenzie O'Reilly from Gloucester in lane number 6. Joe Field in 7. Rodrigo Santillan from Peru in lane number 8, and Bastien Mourith from Switzerland having a good tussle with the Peruvian there on the far side in lanes 8 and 9. Michael West from Kintyre, 15-year-old, swimming in the S9 classification. Looks like he's having a good swim here, Michael West. 126.14 is the entry time. That's going to be absolutely smashed from Michael West. Into the wall now in 121.42. Well, excellent time there. Almost a 5-second improvement on the entry time. Bruce D in 127. Again, a big improvement for Bruce D. He improved 4 seconds yesterday in the 100 freestyle. That's another couple of seconds in the 100 backstroke for Bruce D. Coming into the wall now, Theo Reynolds. Some good improvements we're seeing here for these times that have been registered by these swimmers this morning. George Longley just going to get the better of Joe Field. In terms of the points, Bruce D is the leader at the moment, but still with 2 swimmers to come. Rodrigo Santillan, the lowest numerical class in this one, the Peruvian. Went to the Paralympic Games in Tokyo. He's been to the last 2 World Championships as well as the Parapan Games. So here in lane number 8, Peruvian S2. Watch out for the points total. Is he going to challenge that 5.77? Oh, 4.71 for Santillan. 2 minutes 28. Not quite at his best this morning. And Luke Manabdi and Bastien Mourith into the wall, almost together. There is the result. Bruce D, that excellent swim again. 127.30, 5.77 points. Ahead of Santillan and Paulo Galdo in 3rd. So swimmers for heat number 2 exiting the water. Shortly we'll move on to heat number 3. So heat number 3, mixture of national swimmers and a couple of internationalists here in the World Para Series event. Alex Hobbs goes in 0. Ashton Platts from Dover goes in 1. Alfie Penfold, Great Britain in 2, and Ties van Hofwegen from the Netherlands. They're the 2 World Para Series swimmers. They go in 2 and 3. Andrew Bahari in 4. Max Davis in 5. Nathan Brown goes in 6, Bjorn Iron in 7, Liam Hardy in 8, and Noah Burden goes in lane number 9. So out to a fast start, Andrew Bahari, S14 swimmer. He's Gone off very fast indeed. Entry time of 1:17.69. That's got to be under threat. Pretty close for the positions behind him. In terms of the points, watch out for Ties van Hofwegen, finalist in the Paralympic Games. He goes in at lane number 3, so that's one lane down from the leader at the minute. Here comes Andrew Bihari. He's certainly going to touch the wall first, and he is going to be inside his entry time, 1:16. Watch out for the points of Van Hofwegen. 763 for the Dutchman, as we expected, and excellent points total for Ties van Hofwegen. Missed the World Championships last year, but he's been a Paralympic medalist in the past. Making a comeback maybe for Paris this year. Seen a few people returning for trying to make that Paris Games. Well, the Dutchman at the top there, 763 points for Ties van Hofwegen. Max Davis gets into second position, and that good swim at the front of the field. Andrew Bihari earns him third place there. So, a lot of national swimmers in that third heat. We're into the seeded heats now, so a number of the big international names go in this next heat, which is heat number 4. So, as I said, number of internationalists here. Felix Cowan, the Canadian, in lane 0. Corey Hare from Team Ipswich in 1. Montero Maderas from Spain in lane 2. Nathan Millay from France in lane number 3. Bas Taken from Netherlands goes in 4. William Ellard, Great Britain swimmer. 3 medals at the World Championships last year. Ellard, he goes in lane number 5 and leads at the minute. Ryan Potter in 6. Javier Labrador Fernandez in 7 for Spain. Sam Downey, World Championship medalist in this event. He goes in lane number 8. William Newton from City of Coventry in lane 9. Well, Ellard had a good day yesterday. A couple of excellent swims. And he's just been caught by Taken in the last few strokes here, just going over the 1 minute mark at Ellard in 1:03.22. Good finish from Taken. 728 for Ellard. Watch out for Sam Downey's total. 668 for Sam Downey. 1:11.54 for Sam Downey, the World Championship medalist in the S8 classification. But it looks like that swim at the front of the field is going to be good enough to take William Ellard to the top of the points table. 728 points. Bas Taken had a good finish, really strong in the second half there. Ellard went out really fast. And Downey in third position. So that was confirmed as the top 3, Ellard, Taken and Downey. Heat number 4 exits the water. We can now move on to heat number 5. Sorry, number 5 of these 6 heats. Reid Maxwell goes in 0 for Canada. Joseph Greaves in 1 for Nova. Jude Gunner had a good day yesterday. St Felix swimmer, a couple of junior titles, youth titles. Dylan Broom in 3. Mark Avers from the Netherlands making a return to the pool. Paralympic champion back in London in 2012. Well, 12 years ago, and he's gone well in the early stages here. The great Dutchman. Owen Garsides goes in 5. Inigo Lopez Sanz, the world champion in the S8 class in 6. Luke Batty in 7. Kieran Williams in 8. And Aidan Stanbrook in lane number 9. But look at this, Mark Avers really going strong here in lane number 4. as if he's never been away. Competing in Tokyo, of course. We haven't seen him since, but look at this. Excellent swim here from Mark Avers. Great display, just over the 1 minute mark for Mark Avers. 733 points from the Paralympic champion 12 years ago. Great swim in the S14 class. 733. The world champion from just last year, Inigo Lopez Sanz, will be the only man, I think, to get ahead of Mark Avers. Oh, it's great to see Mark Avers back in the water again. Just waiting for the confirmed result of that heat. Looks like another good swim from Reid Maxwell, the Canadian. Swam well yesterday. He's in the 600 point range in 1:11.00. Some of the results just correcting themselves on the scoreboard before we have the official results. Maybe some of the touchpads didn't quite register, but there we have it. Inigo Lopez Sanz takes that one. 789 points. Mark Avers 733, and Reid Maxwell, the young Canadian, in 3rd position, 683. That was heat number 5. We can now move to heat number 6. Well, 2 S14 swimmers winning the previous 2 heats there, William Ellard and Mark Avers. You wouldn't bet on another one here because all the centre lanes all filled with F14 swimmers. Full lineup: Jacob Wood in 0 from Gloucester, Richard Leib from Estonia in lane number 1, Nathan McManus in 2, Aymeric Parmentier from Belgium in 3, Jordan Catchpole and Louis Lawler in 4 and 5. Those yellow marked lanes always have a good tussle, those two. Rhys Darby in 6, Matthew Redfern in 7, Roger Dorsman, World Championship medalist last 2 occasions, the S11 swimmer from the Netherlands. He goes in 8, and Akash Das goes in lane number 9. And it is the traditional battle, it seems like, between Jordan Catchpole and Louis Lawler. Louis Lawler might just have the edge here into the finish. He stretches for it, and who gets it? Oh, it's Catchpole gets it by 6/100 of a second. 751 points. Louis Lawler 749, but 832 for Roger Dorsman. 110.18 for Roger Dorsman. And he will top the points total as we stand. Another good swim from Roger Dorsman. Twice he was on the medal podium yesterday. He won the 200 metres individual medley. He was 2nd in the 100 freestyle. And we just got to wait for the goggles check, I think, before we have the official result for the S11s. But Dorsman, it looks like, is going to be confirmed as 832 points. And that battle between Catchpole and Lawler, well, every time they get in the water in the 100 backstroke, they seem to have this really tight contest. So the honours go to Jordan Catchpole this morning. I wonder if they're both going to make that final. It was interesting, they were right on the cusp of making the final yesterday in the 100 freestyle. Louis Lawler just getting in, Jordan Catchpole missing out in 9th place. the next event will be the women's 50 metres breaststroke heats. So 4 swimmers in this one: Laura Pilkington, Elena Kravtsov, Olivia Patterson and Ida Corcoran. Well, Elena Kravtsov, very much the class of this field. Normally over the 100 breaststroke, we see Elena Kravtsov. She is a Paralympic champion, the German swimmer. She's a European record holder in this one, 34.10. World record stands at 33.60. And look at this, 33.86 for Elena Kravtsov. Well, if that's confirmed, it will be a new European record for Elena Kravtsov, just outside the world record held by Maria Carolina Gomez Santiago of Brazil. Olivia Patterson coming in second place there, 54 for Olivia Patterson, an improvement of 2 seconds on her entry time almost. Ida Corcoran getting in ahead of Laura Pilkington. We'll just wait for confirmation of that result there. But a great swim from Elena Kravtsov. 977 points. And there is the result confirmed. 977 points, 33.86. A new European record for Elena Kravtsov of Germany. So that was lane 1, it's in the water. We now move on to heat number 2. So line up for this one: Kirsty Gibb in 0, Tanya Schultz goes in 1, Leanne Smith in 2, Eloise Mears in 3, Lisa Kruger in 4, next to Katie Pate in 5, Marin Binney in 6, Ellie Chalice in 7, Ava Gard in 8, and Clemens Parade in lane number 9. Well, as you saw with Elena Kravtsov, normally going over the 100 breaststroke distance. Lisa Kruger's the same, Paralympic champion back in 2016 in 100 breaststroke. Lisa Kruger, her world record and European record held by her countrymate Chantal Zuiderveld, 36.12 for Lisa Kruger, 709 points. That's going to be tough to beat, but we have some top performers here. Ellie Chalice, the world record holder in the SB2 class, goes in lane number 7. So watch out for Ellie Chalice. And she'll have some company in the SB2 class as well. Leanne Smith in 2 and Tanya Schultz in lane number 1. Out in the outside lane, Clemens Perret going well for Canada. But the battle of the SB2s looks like it might be won by Leanne Smith of the USA. They're coming in absolutely together here. And Leanne Smith in 1:14.70. Well, great swim there from Leanne Smith, getting in ahead of Ellie Chalice. And Tanya Schultz just finishing now ahead of Kirsty Gibb. So the points looks like it's going to Lisa Kruger. Leanne Smith in 2nd place in terms of the points, and that could well be inside the Americas record. So we saw a European record earlier for Elena Kravtsov. We've seen an Americas record, I think, for Leanne Smith, if that result is confirmed. So we'll wait for confirmation of the result. Leanne Smith just getting in ahead of Ellie Chalice in these heats. The world record holder, Ellie Chalice, set that back in 2022. We have a disqualification, doesn't affect the top 3 positions. So Lisa Kruger confirmed as a top points earner, but in 2nd place, 638 points. It's a new Americas record for Leanne Smith of the USA. The next event is the men's 50 metres breaststroke heats. Two heats of this one, and this is heat number 1. Well, 3 national swimmers taking the start for the first of the 2 heats. Declan Castles from East Kilbride, Matthew Davies from City of Southampton, and Theo Reynolds from Barnstable. 2 in the SB8 class, that's the ones closest to us in 3 and 4. And Theo Reynolds in the SB6 classification. So good start there from Matthew Davies. The entry time of 38.66. Might be inside that one. It's going to be pretty close. 38.29. Well done from Matthew Davies. 560 points. Can Theo Reynolds challenge that mark? 397 for him and 253 for Declan Castles. Good swim from both those swimmers. Actually, big improvements all round. So that is nice to see. Matthew Davies taking that one, 560. Well, the 2 either side of him hadn't been under the 50-second mark in terms of their entry time, so big improvements for Reynolds and Castles. And then as heat 1 leaves the water, we can move on to heat number 2. We do have a disqualification in that previous heat, technical infraction. So the second heat, Felix Cowan, Sydney Roskilly, George Longley, Andrea Sørenhofer, Justin Capps, Oliver Hewitt, Harvey Phillips, Daniel Ferreira Robles, and Dimitri Grandjou. Very mixed classifications in this one. Lane number 5 going out, lane number 4, sorry, going out well. Justin Capps from Germany. And get close to that 32nd mark. 33, 36 first to the wall. Felix Cowan follows him home, the Canadian, in just over the 42nd mark. Now again, a range of classifications. Andrea Sørenhofer going well in lane number 3. He is in the SB3 classification, so it could be a bigger points total for him, and it is. He's just ahead of Justin Capps in terms of points at the minute. Sørenhofer been a medalist at the European Championships previously. And he looks like he's going to top the points totals there. Dimitri Grandjou, the French swimmer, had a very good day yesterday, winning a couple of medals on the World Para Series events. He swims just over the 1 minute mark, Dimitri Grandjou. One swimmer left to finish. That's Daniel Ferrer Robles. Saw him yesterday in the individual medley events. Spanish swimmer, medalist at the World Championships last year, not in the breaststroke events. But he comes in 185 points. So a nice swim at the front of the field for Justin Capps from Germany, but it was the Austrian, probably the class of the field, Andrea Sørenhofer. It looks like he's going to take that one. We'll just check before to see if there are any disqualifications. The result not being confirmed yet, so sometimes a nervous wait. Get these results confirmed. Oh, we do have a disqualification, unfortunately, for a technical infraction. That was a swimmer in lane 0. At 689 for Andrea Sørenhofer, will be confirmed as the winner of that second heat, with Justin Capps in second position. Back to the other end of the pool now for our next event, which is the women's 100 metres breaststroke heats. This is heat number 1. Back to the 100 metre events. Again, a real range of classifications. Some of the swimmers not with entry times in the outside lanes. So a bit of unknown quantities we're seeing. Vera Kasenga-Jansa from Hungary goes in lane 0, having a good tussle in the early stages here with Johanna Olan Frugja from Denmark. Experienced campaigner from Brazil, Susanna Schnondorf, 4-time medalist at the World Championships last year. She goes in lane number 2. Fontcuberta Cervera for Spain goes in 3. Rose Webb back in the water again, going well in lane number 4. Miriam Solomon from Canada goes in 5. Merrin Binney, also featuring at the front of the field here. She goes in lane number 6. Alison Goebel in 7. Mariana Ribeiro going well in lane number 8. Namasiku van der Linden from Namibia goes in lane number 9. It's the outside lanes, as we might have expected, who are leading the way. Johanna Olin Frocha had a good swim earlier on this morning in the 100 backstroke. She's following up with another good swim here in the 100 breaststroke, and she'll get in 360 points for the Danish swimmer, followed home by Jansa and Ribeiro. Well, the time for Ribeiro not coming up, but I'm sure it's around about the same time as Jansa, 145-ish. Here we go, 145.66. Let's have a look for Rose Webb, the young 13-year-old from Northampton. Again, Northampton club having great championships here in Aberdeen. And she gets in 210.80, 340 points. Not quite getting ahead of the Danish swimmer. Merrin Binney finishing well there, 219.17. Big improvement for Merrin Binney on her entry time. Some 5 seconds. Lane number 5, Miriam Solomon from Canada, coming in 205 points. I'll just check the points totals for lane number 3. Roberta Cervera, 270 points for her. So looks like it might be Johanna Olin Frocha who's going to have that highest points total. Saku van der Linden winning 96 points. I saw the Namibian flag flying a little bit earlier. Nice to see them represented in this World Para Series. Still waiting for confirmation of that result, of course. Now we do have a disqualification, and it is unfortunately the swimmer from Namibia disqualified for that technical infraction. But Johanna Olin Frocha from Denmark takes it 360 points, just ahead of Rose Webb and Jansa in 3rd. That was heat number 1. We can now move on to heat number 2. So again, a few international swimmers taking the start in this one. Eloise Mears goes in lane number 0 from Wickham. Genevieve Hunter back in the water again for Mid Sussex. She goes in lane number 1. Olivia Patterson from Mython goes in lane number 2. Lila Souza Ganabati from Brazil. Watch out for her going in lane number 3. Camilla Bitsvit, SB9 swimmer from Denmark, going out strongly in lane number 4. Sabina Weber-Treiber, World Championship finalist last year from Austria. She goes in lane number 5. Caitlin Trevor from Kingston Royals in 6. Ida Cochran from Flitwick in 7. Berta Garcia Grau from Spain in lane number 8. And quick turnaround for Laura Pilkington. We just saw her in the 50. She's back again in the 100 breaststroke. So out ahead of the field, as you might have expected, one of the higher classification numbers, and that's Camilla Bitsvit, and one who has represented our country at the Majors Championships, Camilla Bitsvit. And watch out for her points total here. Sabina Weber-Treiber just holding off the challenge of Olivia Patterson, but it is going to be Camilla Bitsvit from Denmark. 1:48 her entry time, and that's going to be improved. Oh, something around about the 1:45, not coming up there, but 1:45, 1:46 maybe. Well, I'm not sure if that 1:51 is correct, but we shall see. Sabina Weber-Treiber is in 450 points. Susan Abate, I don't think she's going to be challenging that one, the Brazilian, in lane number 3. So it could be the Austrian. In fact, Laura Pilkington there in the outside lane. Well, after that quick turnaround, Laura Pilkington 465, but she has been eclipsed as well by Berta Garcia Grau, the SB4 swimmer. So a good swim there at the front of the field by the Dane, but the swimmers in the outside lanes, well, they look like they've still on a march on the middle lanes there with those high points totals. Good swim from Laura Pilkington. But I didn't notice the Spanish swimmer, Berta Garcia Grau, coming in with that big points total, 608 points. Just waiting for the result to be confirmed. Yeah, small Spanish team like we've got here in Aberdeen. We saw a small Spanish team the last time that the World Para Series was here, back in 2022. But, been hugely successful. And the results are in now, and that is confirmed. Beatrice Garcia Grau will take that one, 608 points, ahead of Laura Pilkington and Sabina Weber-Treiber. The time for Bitsvit was corrected, and Olivia Patterson unfortunately was disqualified for a technical infraction. That was heat 2. We now go to heat number 3. So heat number 3 of the 7 heats of this 100 breaststroke. Tabia Tischar from Germany goes in lane 0. Fern Snedden. In fact, Charlotte Hyde, apologies Charlotte, nearly missed you out there in lane 1. Fern Snedden goes in lane 2. Amy McFarlane goes in lane number 3. Beatrice Larida Maldonada from Spain goes in lane number 4. Grace Harvey. Watch out for the points totals of Grace Harvey. She's the lowest numerical class in this field, in the SB5. She goes in lane number 5, next to Lily Rice. Great Britain teammate in lane number 6. Mwaba Makwasa from Norwich in 7. Samantha Lewis from Satellite in 8. And Emma Imrie from South Ayrshire in lane number 9. So lane number 4. Out ahead, Beatriz Larida Maldonado, a 19-year-old from Spain. Swims in the SB8 class. But Grace Harvey next to her, one lane up in those yellow marked lanes. world champion in 2022, Tokyo silver medalist. Silver medalist last year at the World Championships, Grace Harvey. So should have the highest points total. Ida Maldonado, good backstroke earlier on this morning. And she's following that up with a good breaststroke swim as well. Here comes Beatrice into the last couple of meters there. 532 points for her. Under the 140, she'll be delighted with that one. 870 though for Grace Harvey. Well, it was on the cards that Grace Harvey would post a high points total, and that's just what she's done. Followed home by Lily Rice. No one's going to challenge the points totals now. Of Grace Harvey, 870 points for Grace Harvey. Very much working towards her second Paralympic Games in Paris. GB qualifying, of course, at the combined Olympic and Paralympic trials first week in April. So that'll be the target for a number of these GB swimmers trying to make that team for Paris. Grace Harvey being one of them. Still waiting for confirmation of that result. And as it stands, Grace Harvey's well ahead of the rest in this field, 870 points. There's a few swimmers on the 500 point range. Lily Rice, if my calculations are correct. Second, Fern Snedden in third. We do have a disqualification, unfortunately, for a technical infraction, but Grace Harvey confirmed as winning that heat ahead of Lily Rice and Fern Snedden. That was heat number 3. This is heat number 4. Sorry, number 4. This is Charlie Morgan Emery from Nova Centurion in 0. Carmen Lim from Malaysia, I think the only Malaysian representative here. Commonwealth Games swimmer for the Malaysian team, Carmen Lim. Iona Winifred, the 13-year-old, who is the new British record holder. Set that British record just a few weeks ago at the end of 2023. Time stands at 140.42, so watch out for Iona Winifred in the SB7 class. Very close at the front of the field. Eliza Humphrey is next to her in lane number 4. Saskia Webb in lane number 5. Nahia Zodara Barretso, also an SB7 swimmer, World Championship bronze medalist. She goes in lane 6. Ella Litton-Jones in 7. Rebecca Lewis in 8. Mira Jean-Mac, World Championship finalist from Germany, in lane number 9, but it's very close right across the pool here. Iona Winifred going really well with that yellow cap, challenging the more experienced swimmers in the middle. Eliza Humphrey going well in lane number 4. Eliza Humphrey, that entry time of 136.29. Swimmer with no vision at all. She'll be wearing blacked out goggles. Iona Winifred going really well in second. And it is going to be Humphrey into the wall, 135.99. Iona Winifred, 138.31. And that is inside the British record time of 140.42. Well, another great swim from the 13-year-old, if that is confirmed. 804 points, my goodness. Nadia Zodair Barretso just behind Winifred. World Championship bronze medalist in the SB7 class. It's behind the youngster. The results still got to be confirmed. Iona Winifred, 804 points. Maya Zodarbarezzo, looking like 798. And, well, you've got to go back to, I think, Mary Jean-Marc, I think, 582. So the three SB7s look like they may top the points totals here. Still waiting for confirmation of that result. A few technical disqualifications here in the breaststroke events. You don't often see disqualifications in the likes of the freestyle events, but there's a lot can go wrong in the breaststroke. I think we're okay this time though. And we have confirmed results. It is the three SB7s at the top, Mira Jean-Marc, Naise Zuder-Barezzo, but if that's confirmed, as it is, a new British record for Iona Winifred to win that heat number 4. We can now move to heat number 5. So we're into the last 3 heats, the seeded heat. So we'll see some of the fastest entry times for the swimmers in the centre lanes. We have Isabella Haynes back in the water again. Saw her in the backstroke earlier. She goes in lane number 0 for Swim Bournemouth. Susie Pellis from the Netherlands in 1. Megan Willis, winner of youth medals yesterday. She goes in 2. Pernilla Lindberg from Sweden in lane number 3. Rebecca Redfern, world champion, British record holder in the SB13 class. She goes in lane number 4. Hira Kinoshita from Japan, finalist in the World Championships last year in the SB14 class. Abby Kane in lane number 6. Katie Cosgrave, after that good swim earlier today, Canadian, goes in lane number 7. Evie Lambert in 8. And Freya Norbeck-Kvist from Denmark in lane number 9. Well, lane number 4 is Rebecca Redfern, as expected, out ahead of the rest of the field. Not too far away from a British record time, a 1:13. She's just slipped over into the 1:16, but look at that. Points total, 918 points for Rebecca Redfern, 1:16.22 for Rebecca. She's followed home by Kinoshita at 661 points, which I think will probably not be challenged now for second place as the final swimmers make their way in. Evie Lambert and Isabella Haynes into the wall. Again, impressive for Rebecca Redfern. She's got a great record in this 100 breaststroke, stretching back right to the medal at the Paralympic Games. First Paralympic medal was back in Rio in 2016, but Rebecca Redfern, 918 points confirmed as winning that heat. We can move on now to heat number 6. So heat number 6 of these 7 heats. Taylor Winnett from USA goes in lane number 0. Celine Vermont from Belgium in 1. Ella Williams from Swindon in lane number 2. Sienna Oxby, World Championship swimmer for Great Britain last year, goes in 3 next to her World Championship teammate, who leads them through the halfway point, is Louise Fides, Tokyo silver medalist in this event, Louise Fides in the SB14 class. Grace Robinson, City of Manchester Aquatic, going well in lane 5. Lisette Bronsma from the Netherlands. Lisette Bronsma, again, great record. The number of events, the Dutch swimmer in the S11 class. Next to her, Scarlett Humphrey, who also swims in the SB11 class, going in lane number 7. Tess Rootliff in 8 for Canada, gold medalist yesterday in the IM. And the World Championship silver medalist from Hong Kong, Chuk Yang, goes in the outside lane. But in the centre, Louise Fides trying to post a big points total to get herself into the final. Well, 1:17.04 should be good enough, I think, with 800 points for a second swim. I'll watch out for Brunsma and Humphrey coming in together. Brunsma just ahead, I think. Yeah, 1:29.36, and Humphrey 1:30.45 for Scarlett Humphrey. Look at that points total for Tess Rootliff, 1:32.76 and 957 points for the Canadian. And Hong Kong's Chuk Yang, also a big points total, 813 points. Well, some big names there, some big points totals. Two swimmers in the outside lanes there, Tess Rootliff and Chuk Yang, posting big totals. Louise Fides, also a big total in the centre, and the two S11s have been having some good tussles here. Lisette Bronsma, more experienced campaigner, and Scarlett Humphrey as well, having a great couple of days here in Aberdeen. They'll get their blacked out goggles checked before we can confirm the result. As we stand, Louise Fides first to the wall. That'll be good enough for second position behind the Canadian Tess Rootliff. He's having a great couple of days so far. And Tess Rootliff confirmed as taking that one in 1:32.76. 957 points. Very close for second between Fides and Final heat about to come, and that is heat number 7. Well, the final heat sees Abby Tripp from Canada going in 9-0. Lucky Dorothy Owl from Hong Kong in 1. Eva French in 2 from Great Britain. Katarina Roxon from Canada going in line 3. Elena Kravtsov back in the water again. Paralympic champion from Tokyo. That European record a little bit earlier in 50 breaststroke. Brock Whiston is the world record holder in this SB8 classification. And she goes in lane number 5 for Great Britain. Poppy Maskell had a busy programme. She goes in lane number 6, Great Britain, next to her GB teammate Georgia Sheffield. Imogen Dodds goes in 8, and Amber Haycock, winner of those youth medals yesterday, she goes in lane number 9. But way ahead of the field, Elena Kravtsov really putting a mark down there. She is the world record holder in this event in 1:12.71. It's not going to be too far away from that. It's going to be a big points total for Kravtsov, just dipping into the 1:15 mark. 906 points. That's a classy swim from Elena Kravtsov. Coming in is Poppy Maskell, 628 points. Brock Whiston just getting in ahead of Katarina Roxon. To SB8, 724 and 671. Roxon, Paralympic champion back in Rio in 2016. And Abby Tripp, final swimmer to finish. 683 points for Abby Tripp. I'll wait for confirmation of the result, but another great swim from Elena Kravtsov. Really is the breaststroker supreme. Elena Kravtsov, 906 points. Won that title in Tokyo with some well-publicised health problems after that. But she's come back, setting that European record today, and looks in great shape for Paris later in the year. So Elena Kravtsov taking that one, 906 points, ahead of Brooke Whiston and Katarina Roxon. That was the final heat of the women's 100 breaststroke. The next event is the men's 100 breaststroke. This is heat number 1. So just 5 heats of this open men's 100 metres breaststroke. Again, we've got a couple of swimmers in the outside lanes who have got no entry times, so expect them to be a little bit ahead of the rest of the field. 0, Mark Tomset. In 1, George Longley. 2, Andrew Griffiths. Joe Field goes in 3. Arno van den Abiel from Belgium goes in 4. Theo Reynolds in 5. Mackenzie O'Reilly in 6, Sam Downey in 7, Sydney Roskilly in 8, and Harry Stewart from Plymouth, Great Britain, goes in lane number 9. Looks like he is leading them through. Mark Tomset challenging the 2 outside lanes, as you would expect. Do that, and well, swimmers in the centre. Well, pretty much of a muchness there, with Sam Downey maybe with the edge. But it is going to be Harry Stewart, I think, in lane number 9, who's going to be first to the wall. Let's check this time for him, 109.06. Good time there for Harry Stewart. Mark Tomset is going to be coming in now in 120, 750 points, another good start. These points totals for the early heats. Often with the swimmers without times. Pretty impressive in these early stages. Well, coming into the wall now, in lane number 4, it's the Belgian swimmer, Arno van der Lebiel. Looks like he is going to be in ahead of the rest there, 244 points. Not sure if we're going to get anyone challenging that big 750. Sam Downey going well, 149 for Sam Downey. Big improvement on the entry time for him. Medalist in the backstroke, of course, in the World Championships last year. So 2 swimmers left in the water. Looks like George Longley from Carnforth. Remember him from yesterday, had an improvement on his entry time. Is he going to be inside here? 2:24 was his entry time. Just going to slip by, but not by much. George Longley, 2:26. And Sydney Roskilly, well, his entry time, 2:44.53. Let's give him some encouragement here. He's going to be close to this best time. 2:44, just going to slip by for Sydney Roskilly. He will finish now in 2:49.08. So no one can challenge the first swimmer home. That was Harry Stewart. Mark Tomset in 2nd, and Theo Reynolds just winning a close contest there with Joe Field for 3rd. Swimmers exiting the water for heat 1, and we can now move on to heat number 2. Well, heat number 2 sees Jorge Juan Paulo Galdo from Spain. 9-0, Oliver Hewitt, and 1 from Warrender, Richard Leib, Estonia. Goes in lane number 2 with that blue cat. Bruce D in lane number 3. Great Britain. Luke Batty from Great Britain goes in lane number 4, off to a good start. Leo McCree from Switzerland, medalist at the last 2 World Championships. He goes in lane number 5. Ashton Platz in 6. Noah Bird in 7. Nathan Brown in 8. And Jan Bertelot from Belgium in lane number 9. So probably Leo McCree is going to be the class of this field in lane number 5. Based here in the UK, but he does represent Switzerland. His mother was Swiss, so he's chosen to represent Switzerland. He's been hugely successful over the past few years. Went to the games in Tokyo. We're looking forward to going to his 2nd Paralympic Games in Paris later this year. McCree, though, is behind Luke Batty as they approach the wall. Luke Batty in the SB9 classification. Biggest points total is likely to be Leo McCree, 1 lane up. Batty into the wall now. Well under the 130 mark. It's a great swim there from Luke Batty. Bruce D and Leo McCree all under the 130 mark. So 3 great swims at the front of the field there. 864 points for Leo McCree. He will be delighted with that one. Luke Batty will be delighted with 125. And Bruce D under the 130 mark as well. So great swims at the front of the field there. Leo McCree will take it in terms of points, ahead of Bruce D if that result is confirmed. Result is confirmed. Doesn't look like any disqualifications there. Leo McCree takes it with 8.64, ahead of Bruce D in 2nd position. That was heat 2. We now go to heat number 3. Heat number 3 of the 5 heats. Some of the faster swimmers now in the centre lanes. Jacob Wood goes in 0, Lewis Jones in 1. Javier Labrador Fernandez in 2. Roger Dosman from Netherlands goes in 3. European record holder in the SB11 class. Ryan Potter in 4. Cameron Vernkoom had a great individual medley swim yesterday. He goes in lane number 5. Andrea Sonea, Paralympic Games bronze medalist back in 2016. He goes in lane 6. Jude Gunner, young swimmer from St. Felix School, goes in 7. Monterrey Maradas from Spain goes in 8. And Andrew Bahari goes in lane number 9. But in the centre there, here comes Cameron Vernkoom, just heading Ryan Potter. Those two stretching out in front of the field. Their entry times, Potter 108, Vernkoom 109. And Potter just about coming back here with that red cap, but Vernkoom might just have it. Vernkoom 111.24 ahead of Potter, 683, but Roger Dosman, the European record holder, well, he will take that in terms of points with 858 points. Good swim from Andreas Onea as well. 115 for Andreas Onea. He looks delighted with that one. Good swim from the Austrian. Good points total of 715 points for him. So 858 points as we stand for Roger Dosman. We're going to have to check the Blacked out goggles, of course, for the Dutchman. He took the world title last year in this event, this 100 breaststroke. And also in 2022, and the Paralympic Games title as well in 2021. So Dorsman, a great record in this event. And it looks like he is confirmed as winning that heat, 858 points for Roger Dorsman. Andrew Sonea in second. Cameron Verncombe just winning that close contest for Ryan Potter for third place. We can now move on to heat number 4. So heat number 4 sees Archie Hare from Richmond Dale in 0. Nathan McManus. Those are 3 Great Britain swimmers next to each other. 1, 2 and 3 is Nathan McManus, Matthew Redfern and Jack Milne. Emma Parmentier from Belgium in 4. Maurice Vettekam from Germany in 5. Joseph Greaves in 6 from Nova. Justin Capps goes for Germany in 7. Zach Shattuck from USA in 8, and William Newton from City of Coventry goes in lane number 9. Parmentier, the Belgian, going well in the early stages, was world champion back in 2017. Maurice Vettekam 1 lane up, and was the world silver medalist the last 2 occasions, 22 and 23. Jack Milne, based here in Aberdeen, 1 lane down. First appearance for him this week. Parmentier is going to be in first, I think. Pressed by Vettekam in the closing stages. Parmentier gets in. Vettekam the highest points total though so far, followed by Milne. We'll watch out for the likes of Zach Shattuck up there in lane number 8. See if he can challenge the points total. Silver medalist at the Parapan Games, Zach Shattuck. 6.74 for the USA swimmer. So couldn't quite challenge the top 2 spots there. Looks like Vettekam might have this one. Archie Hare, of course, the S11 swimmer. We'll have to have the blacked out goggles checked before we can move on. But Maurice Vettekam, 111.11 for the German. Looks strong in the closing stages there, Maurice Vettekam. Parmentier had the early lead, just about hung on to that one, but Vettekam had the highest points total. 7.76, Parmentier in second, and a good swim from Zach Shattuck for third place. We now have one more heat to come, and that is heat number 5. So the final heat of this 100 breaststroke, Evan Austin, USA, moves in lane 0. Corey Hare from Team Ipswich in 1. Georgie Oxby in 2. From Stockport Metro, Gavin Roberts and Scott Quinn side by side in 3 and 4 for Great Britain. James LaRue goes in lane 5 for Canada. Rhys Darby and William Ellard, Great Britain in 6 and 7. Matthew Davis in 8, and Ties van Hofwegen goes in lane number 9. Van Hofwegen has the lowest numerical class, so watch out for the points for him in lane number 9, that outside lane. But watch out for Scott Quinn in lane number 4. He's got a great record in this event over the years, been a fixture in the GB team for the last decade or so. And Scott Quinn really going strong here in this heat. He's a European record holder. Scott Quinn set that one back in 2019. And that time, 105.28. So Scott Quinn coming in around about 107 there, 107.83. 791 points for Scott. And that should qualify him for the final, I would think, or one of the finals certainly. Followed on by James LaRue, a world medalist himself. A Canadian gets in 644 points, but Rhys Darby just ahead of him. Van Hofwegen, 727 points. Couldn't quite topple Scott Quinn from the top spot. So we'll wait for confirmation. I think we have it. Scott Quinn taking that one. 791 points. Ties van Hofwegen in second and Rhys Darby in third in terms of points. And you would think that would be good enough for a final spot there for Scott Quinn. And the next event, then we move to the other end of the pool, is the female 50 metres backstroke. We are off for first of the two heats, 50 metres backstroke. Lucy Scott, Amy Mackay, Maisie Cat, Tia Johnson, Marva Makwasa, Tanya Schultz, Josie Johnson and Teresa Perales. A range of classifications here. Expect the swimmers in the middle to hit the wall first. Not necessarily gain the highest number of points. Tia Johnson in lane number 4 going well. 12 years of age, one of the youngest here at this meet. Tia Johnson will be into the wall in 39.45, 517 points. Keep an eye on Tanya Schultz up there in lane number 6, and also Teresa Perales in lane number 8 as well. As those two in the lower numerical classifications may well challenge the points totals here. Tanya Schultz just coming in now, and 483 points for her, just over the 1 minute mark. There is Teresa Perales. Oh, Teresa Perales with that great swim in the individual medley yesterday. 2 world records in one day for Teresa Perales. Again, as I said, one of the most experienced and successful Paralympians ever. And there she is, in 1:23.60 this time for Teresa Perales. 358 points for the Spanish swimmer. Tanya Schultz with 483 is going to be behind the youngster who got to the wall first, and Maisie Catt as well. So 517 points for Tia Johnson and Maisie Catt. If that result is confirmed, will be the top point scorers for that first heat of the 50 back. I don't think we've seen anyone that's younger than 12 years of age. Tia Johnson, it's a tie for first place in terms of points. Maisie Catt and Tia Johnson 517 apiece. Tanya Schultz just getting in ahead of Teresa Perales for 3rd and 4th. That was heat 1. This is now heat number 2 on its way. Heat number 2, Kirsty Gibb, Clemence Parade, Jana Butcher, Ida Cochran, Brooklyn Hale, Emma Imrie, Lauren Feeney, Ellie Chalice, Ava Gard and Tegan Davidson. Again, expect the swimmers in the middle to hit the wall first. An eye on lane 7, that's Ellie Chalice, the World Championship gold medalist. Also Gina Butcher in lane 2 for Germany, the World Championship silver medalist last year. But first to the wall, looks like it is lane 4, Brooklyn Hale. She will be in 624 points. That's more points than the first heat. Emma Imrie in 2nd. Gina Butcher just coming in now in lane number 2. Watch the points totals for Gina Butcher. Touching the wall right now. And, oh, well, we're not going to get the points totals for her. Ellie Chalice, 674 for Ellie Chalice. And that is, we do have the points for Gina Butcher now. 761 for the German. 674 for Ellie Chalice. So, 2 swimmers in the lower numerical classes. Got the highest number of points. So Gina Butcher, 761. Ellie Chalice, 674. Kirsty Gibb, final swimmer to finish in lane number 0. Entry time of 1:30, and she's got 1:29. So excellent swim there from Kirsty Gibb. We'll wait for confirmation of the result, but I think the 2 big names will lead the way. Gina Butcher taking that one, 761 points. Ellie Chalice, 674 in 2nd position. Brooklyn Hale in 3rd. That was the final heat of the 50 backstroke for women. The next event is the 50 backstroke for open male category. First we will see is heat number 1. So first heat of this 50 metres backstroke. Rodrigo Santillan goes in 0, Archie Hare in 2, Aiden Stanbrook in 3, Bas Tacken in 4, Akash Das in 5, Jamie Curtis in 6, Andrew Sernhofer in 7, George Longley in 8, and Dimitri Grandjou in lane number 9. Well, expect Bas Tacken to take this one comfortably in lane number 4. World and Paralympic medalist from Netherlands, 30.20. Again, this class, Bas Tacken's class, normally does the 100 backstroke. Akash Das into the wall well, 685 points for him. Archie here in with 461 points. Not sure if anyone else will challenge that one. Just check Andrew Sernhofer, 551 points for the S4 swimmer. And Grandjou, 612 points for the Frenchman who was in on the medal podium a couple of times last night. We'll be looking to do something similar tonight. Rodrigo Santillan into the finish now, the Peruvian. Let's give him some encouragement there. Here he comes, 110.65 for Santillan. Nice swim there at the front of the field from Bas Tacken. Looks like he will take that one in 785 points. Good swim as well from young Great Britain swimmer. Gas Dash, 16-year-old, improving his entry time, 33.99. British record for that one held by Sam Downey, who we saw a little bit earlier on. And the 100 backstroke. We have confirmation. Bas Tacken takes that one ahead of Akash Das, and Dimitri Grandjou just ahead of Andrea Sernhofer. Well, the next heat, and we will see, is heat number 2. Joy number 2, Lukman Abdi, Daniel Ferrer, Robles, Alex Hobbs, Alfie Penfold, Nicholas Gay Turbide, Malta Braunschweig, Bon Iron, Declan Castles, Isaac Johnson, and Bastian Moore. Again, this should be a really quick one. Nicholas Gay Turbide got a great pedigree in the 100 metres backstroke. And he looks like he is going to be first into the wall. The swimmer from Canada gets in at 29.23. Excellent time there for Nicholas. Malte Braunschweig, very close, 767 point for the German. He gets in 30.37. Excellent time there from him as well. Alfie Penfold, not too far away in 375. Daniel Ferrer Robles, 620 points for the Spanish swimmer, the S3 swimmer. It does look like the German is going to take this one. I don't think anyone else can challenge. As the swimmers from the outside lanes come in, Lukman Abdi finishing off the proceedings. So wait for confirmation of this final result. Malte Braunschweig takes that one, 767 points for the German swimmer. Nicholas Turbide from Canada in second, and Daniel Ferrer Robles from Spain in third place, 620 points. And that is the final action that we have for this morning. Thank you very much for your attendance here in the venue, and of course on the live stream. Make sure you join us again for the finals. Some great finals in prospect. 1700 hours UK time here in Aberdeen. So see you back here at 5 o'clock this evening.
10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I volunteer just because I love sport.
It's inclusive for everybody. There's things for children, there's things for wheelchair users.
The aquatic centre's only just reopened, so I wanted to be sort of involved in part of that journey.
The volunteers, they're just so inspirational, and to be more like them, it makes me a better person, a happier person.
And it's a good thing to do. It's fun to meet new people and get involved in an international sporting event.
They're purely for the athletes' benefit and also to see how the real world works.
I volunteer because I'm doing sport management at Manchester Metropolitan University.
I volunteer at a lot of things because it makes me meet new people.
But every time I come, I have a great time, and I'd encourage anyone to give it a go.
And it's just an amazing experience to do, really.
Feeling that cost of living crunch? Labara are here to help.
All I want is great customer service and network, but for less.
That's why Labara gives you 15 gigabytes of 5G data and unlimited UK minutes and text for just £10 a month. Plus, no contract, change or cancel anytime.
An excellent customer service.
So what's stopping you joining the bill-busting revolution? Labara. More for less.